A Fox News alert, another day of chaos in Kabul as Taliban militants reportedly blocked roads to the airport while Americans and Afghans try to flee the country. Our next guest, no stranger to all this brutality of the Islamist group. U.S. aid worker Heather Mercer spent 105 days as a captive of the Taliban in 2001 before she was rescued by U.S. Special Forces. And Heather joins us now. Good morning to you, Heather.
Good morning, Ainsley. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. I know that your life's work, you had the call from God to go be a missionary and to do Christian aid work overseas. You grew up in D.C. and went to Baylor University, and you and your college roommate were there in 2001. Tell us what happened.
Sure, yeah. We were working with an international relief and development agency, primarily with widows and orphans, developing small business opportunities for women who were not allowed to work at that time. And then we had a job skill program for kids who were forced to beg on the street. So through that work, we had a lot of relationships with local Afghans, obviously cared very much about their desperate plight at the time. And the Taliban had their eye on us over a period of several months and ultimately set a trap for us one day on August 3rd, 2001, when we went to visit an Afghan family.
What was it that got their attention? They heard that you were preaching Christianity?
Well, I think it was probably a combination of things. That was the time that the Taliban was really trying to gain control of the whole country. They had recently blown up the Buddha statues in Bamyan. They were forcing non-Muslims to wear a yellow star. And really, the Taliban were just trying to create a pure Islamic emirate and did not want anything that was an affront to that ideology taking place in Afghanistan. So we were an easy target.
How did they treat you? I'm sure you were terrified, lots of prayers, worried they're going to kill you. How were you treated?
I think all things considered, we were treated better than I would have expected. Thankfully, we were never physically harmed, but of course there was a lot of psychological tactics that were used to create fear, to try to get us to say things that would have harmed people we worked with, that would have harmed ourselves. So it was a very terrifying experience. And eventually we were brought to trial before the Afghan Supreme Court and tried under Islamic law for a capital crime.
And what happened?
We were miraculously rescued by U.S. Special Forces after the war.
Yeah, before we run out of time, Heather, I want to get your reaction to what's happening today. I know you have friends over there.
Yes, the last 3 days we've been working very hard to get an Afghan family, a mother and her 6 kids, all U.S. citizens and green card holders, out of Afghanistan, and the situation is dire. 3 attempts, 72 hours, and they have been unable to breach the perimeter around the airport. And we've had U.S. people in the airport anticipating their arrival, and it is just impassable. So the situation is extreme, very dangerous. Yesterday, they were throwing tear gas, shooting bullets, and hitting people back with wooden batons.
Oh, my word. I can't imagine doing that by yourself, but let alone with 6 children, trying to get them home safely. All right, well, we'll remember them in our prayers. Heather, thank you so much. I'm glad you got out safely.
Thank you so much.
You're
We're
welcome.
hoping for.
Thank you for what you do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.